If that persistent whisper of self-doubt keeps you working past midnight, your nervous system is signaling something deeper. You're not failing. You're operating within a system designed to exploit that exact feeling. That knot in your stomach when an email lands, the sudden dread before a quick syncs meeting. These are not random anxieties. They are precise physiological responses to a specific kind of pressure. For years, you've been told these feelings are internal flaws, markers of inadequacy, reasons to lean in harder. You internalize it, push through, and wake up just as tired. But what if that gnawing sense of not enough wasn't yours at all? What if it was installed? The exhaustion you carry isn't the byproduct of ambition. It's the signature of a carefully constructed trap. That constant sense of inadequacy, the nagging fear you're always just on the edge of failing, is not a character flaw. It is a behavioral program. Think of it like a piece of software running quietly in the background of your operating system. It was not inherited. It was installed. This program ensures you stay within certain parameters, never questioning the overwhelming demands. You're not falling short. You are simply reacting predictably to the operant conditioning designed to keep you locked in a specific functional state for the machine. These behavioral programs are not installed with grand pronouncements. They are woven into the fabric of your workday through what we call micro-compliance traps. They appear as development opportunities, team-building exercises, or company culture initiatives. Each one is a subtle prompt, a small test of your willingness to conform, to adapt, to push just a little bit further. Every yes to an after-hours request, every extra hour logged for FaceTime, registers as a reinforcement. Your nervous system learns that compliance brings a temporary reprieve, a fleeting moment of approval, trapping you in an adaptive loop that is incredibly difficult to break. And who is the primary operator of this conditioning apparatus? Your manager. Whether wittingly or not, they are equipped with specific tools to reinforce these behavioral programs. The most potent of these is the performance review. It is not merely an assessment of your output. It is a mechanism designed to manage your internal state. It uses subjective metrics and vague areas for improvement to keep you perpetually striving, never quite reaching an excellent that feels stable. The subtle gaslighting embedded in phrases like, "We need to see more initiative," after you've already given everything, creates a persistent self-doubt, a constant pursuit of an ever-receding goal. This relentless cycle isn't just about maximizing productivity. It's about fueling an extraction loop. The machine leverages your induced self-doubt, compelling you to overperform for a validation that is always just out of reach. You deliver more, you work longer, driven by the internal whisper that if you just try harder, you will finally prove your worth. You might be convinced that the problem is a bad manager, or perhaps your specific workload. But this perspective misses the larger, more insidious truth. The mechanism isn't about individual malice. It's about systemic behavioral programs installed across entire organizational structures, turning your own internal state, your very identity, against you. The result of this constant pressure and unfulfilled validation is profound cognitive dissonance. You feel the exhaustion, you see the disproportionate demands, but your internal programming keeps insisting it's your fault. Your rational mind detects the systemic exploitation, yet your conditioned emotional response tells you to keep striving, to earn that elusive approval. This internal conflict creates a mental fog, making it incredibly difficult to accurately identify the source of your unease. It prevents you from recognizing the true nature of the extraction loop you are caught within. Your energy is drained, not just by the work itself, but by the constant battle waged within your own mind. But there's a pivot point. The first, most urgent countermeasure is not to fight your self-doubt, but to reframe it entirely. Stop accepting it as an inherent flaw. Instead, recognize it for what it truly is, an external behavioral program installed by design. This awareness is the critical first step. When you understand that the operant conditioning you've experienced isn't a reflection of your intrinsic worth, but a sophisticated manipulation tactic, the hold it is begins to loosen. You start to see the mechanisms rather than simply reacting to them. This reframing is an urgent shift, moving from victim of an internal struggle to observer of an external system. Once you recognize self-doubt as a program, you can begin to interfere with its execution. A crucial countermeasure involves identifying one specific area in your workday where you habitually seek external validation. This could be volunteering for extra projects, constantly checking for your manager's approval, or always being the first to reply after hours. It's that one subtle action you perform, almost unconsciously, hoping for a nod, a compliment, a sense of being seen. Pinpoint it. This is your personal micro-compliance trap. Tomorrow, you will consciously, deliberately withhold that energy. Observe what happens when you don't send that extra email. Notice the internal discomfort, the pull of the old behavioral program demanding compliance. This internal tension is not a sign of failure. It's the program fighting for its survival. But by simply observing it, by refusing to feed it, you begin to deactivate that conditioning. You are performing a silent audit of the machine's systems, watching how it reacts to your newfound autonomy. This simple act is not about rebellion. It is an urgent step in upgrading your internal operating system, reclaiming the control over your nervous system that was systematically extracted. To delve deeper into these countermeasures and map your own escape route, the next step awaits at sovereignsynthesis.com. But by simply observing it, by refusing to feed it, you begin to interfere with the most subtle, yet potent, of all behavioral programs. This internal tension you feel, that pull toward overperformance, is the operant conditioning fighting for its survival. The machine has installed a persistent low-level self-doubt, designed to keep you seeking external validation. This constant seeking, this need to prove yourself, is precisely what fuels the extraction loop. It compels you to produce more, to give more of your nervous system's capacity, for a sense of enoughness that is perpetually withheld, ensuring the grind continues. This system ensures that validation, much like a promotion or a bonus, always feels just out of reach, no matter your output. That pervasive feeling of inadequacy, it's not a personal failing, it's a feature. This engineered scarcity of validation generates profound cognitive dissonance. You are exhausted by the systemic exploitation, yet your internal programming tells you that you simply aren't working hard enough or aren't good enough. This mental conflict keeps your focus inward, away from the true operator. The cognitive dissonance acts as a fog, making it difficult to clearly perceive the true nature of the extraction loop and your role within it. You are kept busy managing your internal state, rather than questioning the external pressures. This is exactly how the machine sustains its power, by making systemic issues feel like individual moral failures. Reframing this self-doubt from an internal character flaw to an externally installed behavioral program is not just a shift in perspective. It is the first tactical move in deactivating the conditioning. The whisper telling you you are not enough is a command, not a truth. It is a programmed output designed to maintain micro-compliance. Once you recognize this, the emotional grip loosens. This understanding shifts the battlefield from your internal landscape to the external architecture of the system. This awareness, this cold clinical recognition, is your primary countermeasure. It allows you to observe the program operating within your own nervous system, rather than identifying with its outputs. This is where you begin to reclaim operational autonomy. Your next urgent step is to identify one specific point of programmed external validation where you habitually expend energy. This could be volunteering for a task outside your scope, sending that extra email after hours, or over-explaining a decision to your manager that requires no justification. These are not acts of diligence. They are micro-compliance traps, designed to reinforce the behavioral program of self-doubt and continuous striving. Once identified, deliberately hold that energy. Do not send the additional email. Do not volunteer. Do not over-explain. Observe the immediate internal discomfort, the compulsion to comply. This is the behavioral program screaming, attempting to reassert its control. Then, observe the external reaction from the machine, from your manager or HR. Notice the subtle pushback, the attempts at gaslighting, the implied threat that your status is at risk. This is the extraction loop testing its boundaries. This isn't about outright rebellion. It's about conducting a precise diagnostic. Each deliberate pause, each point of withheld compliance, provides critical data on the machine's architecture and your own conditioned responses. You are not a faulty component to be fixed. You are the engineer, reverse engineering the system that installed the behavioral program. To arm yourself with more tactical countermeasures and continue upgrading your internal operating system, follow the containment field.